No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
That's what's happening. We're not getting no justice.
And I want to send a message to all of the good cops in the Mesa Police Department. And it's something that they often tell us. If you see something, say something.
Yeah, right.
If you see something, do something. But you know what? They're dealing with intimidation too. They're dealing with bullying and hazing too. That's why they need to be investigated, because it's not safe for a good cop to tell on a bad cop.
Yep, they beat them, kill them, all that.
It's not safe for a good cop to tell on a bad cop.
Right.
So that's why we're here. We have to be here even for the good police, because they can't come out here. They come out here and they get called a nigger lover. They come out here, they get called a lefty. They come out here, they get called everything but a child of God. So that's why we come out here, because we know we have to stand up for them too. We're not anti-police, we're anti-police brutality.
Right.
We're not anti-police, we're anti-racial profiling.
Right.
We're not anti-peace, we're anti-violence. And that's why we're out here, because we're tired of it, of being victimized. Right?
Right.
Absolutely. Well, let's get out here and take it.
Hands up! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
Don't shoot!
Hands up!
Don't shoot!
Hands up!
Don't shoot!
Hands up!
Don't shoot!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Whose
city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
Why he shot?
Come on, you guys, off the sidewalk into the street.
I don't think well one has the right to put their hands on somebody's child like that.
Exactly.
That's the
They
problem.
put their foot on his neck
Yeah,
after
no,
they tortured him to extract
no,
confession.
that's traumatization.
Yes.
You cannot do that to our children.
Our city.
We have enough going on with violence. And we don't need those who are protecting us from it to impose it on us. So we need them to be held accountable, fired, charged, like any other person would be.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hands up! Whose street?
Our street!
Whose street?
Our street!
Whose street?
Our street!
Whose city?
Our city!
Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
Our city!
Whose city?
Our city!
Whose city?
Our city!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Hands up!
No shoot!
That's too much.
ready for 35
And
years they got away from it.
nobody, not even the government, gives them the right to hit children
That's right. And torture them.
at all. At all.
I've lived here for 36 years and this has been going
You
on.
cannot do that to people or their children.
Everyone, look. This is the reason why Colin Kaepernick takes a knee. Because there's continuously beatings by police. There's unjustly murders by the police. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a knee in the center of this intersection to show them that if it's going to happen on the field, it'll happen out here too.
Let's do it.
So we're here for those that have died, but we're also here for these young people here, okay?
Yeah.
All right? You see them? Look here, both of them. Aren't they precious?
Yes,
Put
they
show
are.
them some love. Put your hands together. Show them some love. This is why we're here. This is our future. Okay? Human beings made in the image of God. Beautiful, no matter your color. But these are beautiful black children. We're here today to give them a safe world because they don't have one right now. All right? A safe world. You know, they criticize Colin Kaepernick and so many others for kneeling. But let me tell you a story about kneeling. When George Washington was at Valley Forge and the Continental Army was about to starve and freeze to death, he got on his knees. He prayed to God. When he was crossing the Potomac, crossing the Delaware River, he got on his knees and he prayed to God. When they had the convention to author our Declaration, our Constitution, they got on their knees and they prayed. Getting on your knee in America and asking God to make this country right is never wrong.
Right on, Reverend.
It's more patriotic to get on your knee than it is to put your hand over your heart. It's more patriotic to humble yourself and pray and seek God's face than to stand in front of the Marine Band and pretend like you love this country. That's why we're out here on the knee tonight. We're out here for the 3 victims of police brutality in this city, but not only those 3, for everyone everywhere that's dealing with systemic and institutional racism. Would you pray with me? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen. Children out here. We're marching for these children.
No, I'm sitting here on Dobson base like you.
Big time.
Sorry. Not trying to invade your space.
City council.
Over here. Over here.
Over here, over here, over here.
We marched from the police station. We marched from the police station to the city council chambers for a reason.
Yes.
And that is because this is where Mayor Giles and the rest of those pretenders to leadership on the city council meet to make their decisions. This is the building where they'll make the decision about whether or not to fire those police when they meet in secret executive session to discuss the liabilities for the city that is represented and the crimes they committed against citizens. This is where they'll meet. And this is where we're going to march to every march we have until they understand that we want those cops fired and prosecuted. They need to understand that we understand this process as well. And there's no room. Look, does anybody want those cops to keep their job? Let me hear you make some noise. No! Does anybody want to see them not prosecuted? What? Do we want that?
No!
We want them prosecuted. We want them fired. We want our police department back.
Yes!
We want our police department that we pay for with our tax dollars and our federal dollars that subsidize them.
Yes.
We want our police force back. Somebody said, Reverend Muffin, you don't live in Mesa, go home. They said that to everybody that comes out here.
I don't live in Mesa.
Let me tell you something. I pay my federal taxes. Okay? And they subsidize the Mesa police.
That's right.
They subsidize them. So this police department belongs to me and to you and to everybody that pays their taxes.
Yes.
And Dr. King said a long time ago, and I think Jesus said it before him, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Right.
And what happens in Mesa is not done in secret. This city isn't special. It's not immune from criticism. And thank God that this week, as horrible as it's been, thank God that these videos have come out.
Yes.
Because if the videotape had not come out, how many of these black folks and white folks and Latino folks will be suffering in private while the city calls them liars and the police tries to demonize them in the media?
Yep, that's what they're doing.
That's what they're trying to do. So that's why we marched here tonight, and I hope we can count on you to spread the word and come back when we come here for justice, because we're not stopping until there are 6 badges and 6 guns on a desk and 6 indictments in Maricopa County. Thank you. God bless you. Let me hear you say, we won't.
We won't.
Turn back.
Turn back.
We won't.
We won't.
Turn back.
Turn back.
We've come.
We've come
too far.
too far.
They work.
They work
for us.
for us.
They work.
They work
for us.
for us.
They work.
They work
for us.
for us.
We won't.
We won't.
Turn back.
Turn back.
We won't.
We won't.
Turn back.
Turn back.
We've come.
We've come
too far.
too far.
We've come.
We've come
too far.
too far.
All right.
One thing that we're very, very unhappy with and disappointed in is the officers and how they're treating people in their community. Like he said, it's not just black people or Hispanics, but even white people too, okay? We are all in this together. We have to fight this together. But we're gonna have to address them, just like we're doing right now. We need the world to know that we can no longer tolerate their treatment upon their people here in this community. This department needs a full-blown investigation over it.
That's right.
Full-blown investigation. And I've said this since we've been out here tonight. They, and I don't know who gave them the right to hit a 15-year-old the way we've seen that 15-year-old hit and treated. They had a foot on the back of his neck. They could not do my child like that.
That's right.
They do not have the right to put their hands on your children.
Yep.
They cannot do that.
To get a confession, torture.
We have to address that as well. These police are out of control. Thank God you guys had the nerve to come out here with us tonight, because a lot of people don't come because they're scared. They're scared to come out here. Scared the same way they are when you see those lights go off behind you when you're getting ready to get pulled over.
Might shoot you.
Our lives are in danger. These police have terrified us long enough.
That's right.
We need someone, please, to get a hold of this. I don't know if I can say I trust the chief. We need people over him to hold all of them accountable. All of them.
Politicians.
The culture has to go. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
You know, one thing through all of this that they didn't talk about, which makes me not trust the chief and the mayor and some of the other ministers, they never once spoke about Mesa having a civilian review board to be in charge of making these decisions over these police officers.
We need a civilian
and
review board.
I think after what's gone on, it's time for the city to appoint some private citizens to a board.
And Phoenix too.
And give those private citizens the power to decide whether or not these officers are hired or fired.
Just like Salt Lake City.
If they love the people of Mesa, they ought to trust the people of Mesa. And that means instituting a true and fully empowered, and not just some, dog and pony show, but a real citizen civilian review board that has some authority over these officers.
Amen to
because,
that.
repeat after me, they work for us.
Civilian review board, very important. But they won't do it. The Mesa Police Association, Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, all of these unions are fighting and terrifying.
Oh, yes, they wanted me to say one more thing. And that is, many of you know, for years, I and other people have told you to comply with police to try to survive. And I continue to encourage you to comply, right? Because we're good people. But the problem is the police are starting to beat us even when we comply.
Yep, that's right.
Okay? They profile you, you're not doing anything. They broke in windows, police you, you're not doing anything. I was talking to some women earlier today that are filing reports because of the sexual harassment they get from the police here. What do you do when you're following the law? What do you do when you're complying and doing everything in your power to abide with their commands and they're brutalizing you? Well, all I can tell you is hold on. Hold on, and if you have a relationship with Jesus, pray. Because that's how dangerous things are right now in this community.
Patriot Act.
I can't give you an answer. I can't lie to you. I don't know what to tell you when the police beat you while you're fully complying. All I can say is I hope to God you survive. And I hope to God there's videotape so we can fight like hell on the other side of that beating.
Right. Stop beating our children, Mesa Police! Save him. Is it the mayor? I have to check it out. I think he's running for president.
Giles.
It's hot out here, and I've been walking backwards the majority of the time. But this is where I am.
Relax and understand the human rights, meaning you don't beat up.